the height of human ingenuity is? Like, what do you think the greatest invention humans ever come up with is?
I mean, if we're being serious, it's probably like the wheel. That's a damn good invention.
That's a big one. That's a big one for sure.
Yeah, that's a really good invention. Because there's a lot of shit that we couldn't do without a wheel.
No, I mean, like, shit. It's not just like cars and wagons. It's like the very mechanics within those more electronic things all rely on the wheel, don't they?
Right. Yeah. I was gonna say fire, but we didn't really invent fire. Fire exists whether we discovered it or not.
Right. No, that's not an invention at all.
No. Why? What do you think?
I think it's the sandwich.
Okay.
Just think about it, man. Like you have this brilliant food type that, like, there's so many different kinds of them. You can combine so many different kinds of ingredients and they're delicious.
Right. And you're taking foods that aren't necessarily handheld foods and making them into a handheld meal.
Yeah, for sure. And like combining so many different kinds of like nutritional values, like you can get like a full course meal just within a sandwich alone.
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely you can. Sandwiches are pretty fucking great.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing humans have come up with is just Sammys. A couple Sammys for the boys.
Do you have a favorite type of Sammy?
No, not really. I mean, you know me, I'm not fond on a lot of foods, so there are a lot of sandwiches that I'm not big on, but
I gotcha. You know, I'm big.
I mean, you know, I've got my fucking vendetta against lettuce that so few people agree with me on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of lettuce on a sandwich. It's okay. I'm fine with it. It does add that little crunch factor, but I can just as easily go without it.
My primary issue is yeah, it does add like that extra bit of texture and it's good for that. But it masks the flavor of other things because it doesn't taste like anything on its own.
Right. You're kind of like diluting the flavor of everything else.
Exactly. Like if you want crunch in your sandwich or crunch on your burger, take some like potato chips and like crumble them up on inside it or something like that. That would work so much better.
How do you feel about a pickle on a sandwich?
I'm not huge on it. I like I like pickles, but I definitely don't go out of my way to consume them. You know, if it's on a sandwich, I'm not going to take it off, but I'm not going to put it on my sandwich either.
Okay. I am a big fan of pickles on sandwiches because, like you, I'm not a big fan of the lettuce, and I definitely don't like tomato on a sandwich. That's just fucking disgusting.
Tomatoes just such a gross texture. It's like goopy and like soft and squishy. I do not like tomato.
No, tomato has to be
like you make it into a sauce, you make it into a juice, you make it into fucking anything else. It's great. Make it into ketchup, awesome. Tomato by itself, fuck it.
Right, I'm 100% with you there, bro. I do not like tomatoes, but they can be made into such delicious things.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, tomatoes on their own are just the fucking gross.
Yeah, no thanks. Big fucking pass.
Yeah. But no, I do like the pickle because there aren't a lot of other things I like on a sandwich.
Yeah, you do.
Hell yeah, I love me the pickle. I'm like the pickle friend in the group. Like if you're out to eat and everyone gets sandwiches and you've got like the pickle spear on the side and you've got that person that's like, hey, does anybody want my pickle? I'm taking the pickle. Believe me.
Yeah, see, in the situation when it's like sitting on the side, like I'll eat that. I just don't want it in my sandwich. I don't like when like they toss a pickle on a sandwich and I don't know that it's gonna be there because once I find it, you know, it's like that. Like dill is like very much a taste that spreads. Like there's no getting rid of it. It's already tainted the sandwich.
Yeah, I will give you that for sure. Like, okay, so I don't know how you feel about them, but I do not eat baked beans. but they are
like
very
beans.
like very goopy and like wet and saucy. And I just see people at like barbecues with like a plate, like a scoop full of baked beans, and the juice is just like running everywhere. No thanks.
Yeah, no. Fuck that. Like, just the beans by themselves are a no. Like, throw some beans in my chili. You know, throw my beans. So throw some beans in like a bunch of my foods, really. But I don't eat beans by themselves.
Yeah, beans. No thanks. I don't even.
Especially take one of those take one of those like cans of Heinz and like dump it out on a plate. Like, what? Why are you doing that?
No, not at all. I really don't even like beans in like my chili or my like burrito or anything, but definitely not like sloppy wet baked beans. That's gross.
No, thanks.
I got to give a shout out to our boy Rue, who I know has been listening to our podcast because he's been commenting on our last couple that we put out. And I don't know if you saw this or not, but he has his own YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, I did not notice.
Yeah, Rue is doing he's doing movie reviews.
Oh yeah, look at that. He sure is.
Yeah. And he's doing a pretty in-depth job of his reviews. So, Rue, good on you. If you want to check him out, his channel is Rue, R-E-W, Mate, M-A-T-E. He's a guy we used to work with. But yeah, he's been doing a lot of like horror movie reviews. That's like a series he's doing called 50 Shades of Horror. And I checked a couple of them out last night. They're pretty legit.
Rue, I'm looking at your channel. I love the Troll 2 thumbnail. That's perfect.
I didn't get that far yet. I started at like his first video that he put out like a couple months ago.
I'm just looking at the thumbnail. Like I don't know if you would get this because it's like more of an internet meme, but Troll 2 is like a famously bad movie, and there's this really good scene, and he like emulated the face that's in it pretty well.
Nice. Yeah, he's done a good job with like costumes and stuff. So, I saw the thumbnail for his Beetlejuice video, and I'm pretty excited to get to that one. So yeah, just thought he's been listening to us, so we should give him a little bit of love, you know? So this is something we've talked about doing again for a little bit, and we haven't really had a chance. So I pulled up a mom and a dad to rate if you wanna do that as a thing.
You did? Where did you get one?
I just, create my friend's Facebook and stole pictures of their parents.
Oh, nice, Pog.
Yeah. So I just sent you a picture of my friend Ashley and her mom.
And of course, you probably sent it over text instead of just in Discord because you're a fucking boomer.
Yeah, well, I'm running Discord through a tablet, and I don't want to like fuck up the connection. So yes, I did send it to you through text, and I also sent you 2 pictures of one of her stepdads. And I'm real curious to hear what you have to say.
Well, we're gonna have to sit here and wait because it sure do be taking time, though.
Well, we can talk about whatever while we're waiting.
I think kids with allergies should stop being so selfish.
Right? Like, is it still a thing where kids can't eat like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches at school?
I'm pretty sure. Like we sell stuff for the store I work at that has like a label on it that says like school friendly. Like they made sure it doesn't have any of the things in it that would make it not okay. It's like, why don't you kids with allergies just fucking suck it up, you fucking jackass?
Yeah, get fucked, kids with allergies. Natural selection.
It's your fault for being born bad.
Right? You're born broken, so I shouldn't
be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to accommodate you.
Like, come on, we got Karens going to the school board complaining about the fact that their kid is required to wear a mask. Why is no one up in arms about the fact that their kid is required to not eat a fucking PB&J, bro?
I don't know.
That's the classic. That's the classic, and my child that may or may not exist can't have it because your child was born wrong because your child is evolutionarily destined to die. That's on you.
Yeah.
That's on you and your shitty genes. That's not on me.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. You use the Taco Bell app, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed this. I very, very rarely use it, but they sent me like a notification the other day. So I thought I'd look and see what it was. I thought maybe it was like a new item or something. And it says, this is so ridiculous to me because today is what, February 15th? And I got this sometime within the last week. It says something saucy is coming 5/19. Consider this note an IOU for a surprise reward coming your way 5/19. Stay tuned for updates. And it says that the special reward is valid 5/19 through 6/1. Like, that's
pretty far off.
Yeah, that's real far out to like tease something like that. I don't know. I thought that was goofy.
You know what I had recently? Taco Bell is like a new thing that I had recently.
Okay.
They got they made a new taco that's like they took all those like shitty little chicken nuggets they used for their quote unquote chicken taco sandwich and just tossed a bunch of them into a soft tortilla to make them into a taco instead, and it was way better.
Okay, I did see something about them having like a crispy chicken taco.
Yeah, it was way better.
Okay, maybe I'll have to give that a go. Cuz that sounds better than that stupid chicken sandwich taco.
Yeah, no, that thing can suck my left nut.
Yeah, that thing was like mediocre at best.
Yeah, no, this is like the same thing but like a proper size and like a good.
See, that's all they needed to do. The size was a lot of the issue with that.
It really was. It was like a 2-bite thing at best. It was like a bite and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't
so
really.
No, they just tossed like 4 of them in a tortilla instead.
Yeah, that sounds way better. Well, we even talked about when it came out, like either of us could have done a better job of coming up with something than that. That was real weak.
Yeah, that sucked ass.
Yeah. All right,
so let's talk about these rents.
Yeah, we'll talk about the rents. So, let's talk about the mom first. Cool?
I can't even tell which one is the mom.
Exactly. That's my point. That's why I figured we needed to rate her.
My guess is the one on the left.
Yeah, the one on our left is the mom.
Nice.
Yeah, no.
That's a mom moment right there.
Yeah, she's a good-looking mom, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Hell yeah. I mean, they're super close in age, but I think her mom.
I'd love to friend that mom.
Yeah, right.
She's a bit of a MILF.
Right? Absolutely. Yeah, Ashley's mom's got it going on. But yeah, no, she's like pretty young, considering Ashley's only like, I don't know, maybe like a couple years younger than me. And I think her mom's like just turned 50 or something like that. So yeah, she's got it going on.
Poggers moment.
Yeah. Now let's get to her stepdad.
This first picture you sent me reminds me of Prison Mike.
The one with the backwards hat?
Yeah, because it kind of looks like the do-rag that he throws on, or the bandana or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm getting some Prison Mike vibes, not gonna lie.
Nice. That's not what came to my mind, but I can totally see it now that you bring it up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's like
I'm Prison Mike.
God, what's the thing that he complains about? Like the Dementors or something like that?
Yeah. The Dementors come and suck out your soul or some shit. They terrorize you. It's horrible. Oh, what a good bit.
Do you know what it's like to spend all day, every day with chains on your legs? Oh, God. Prison Mike is awesome. I like that he came up like more than once, from what I remember.
I can't say for sure.
I can't either, but I feel like he was in a couple episodes. Maybe he didn't actually act him out, but there was like a picture of Prison Mike that he like put up on the wall or something at some point.
That sounds about right. The second picture just gives me like retired surfer vibes for sure.
Yeah. So interesting fact about Ashley's her stepdad. He was in a movie. And it was like a cooking video. And he was like shirtless, just wearing an apron. And the name of it is Beefcake in the Kitchen.
That sounds like porn, man.
Yeah, I think it was like borderline, like maybe possibly like some softcore, but I don't know. I think I only ever saw like a still image of him like standing in an apron, but yeah, real.
So was that the name of the movie, or was that the name of the show that he was on in the movie?
No, I'm pretty sure it was like a movie called Beefcake in the Kitchen. I think it was like your short, like standard, like 30-minute porn length.
2005, an hour long, educational.
Oh. Huh.
Apparently it's educational. It has 1 4-star rating on Amazon.
I'm looking at it now.
That says the title says it all. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but the title says it all. 8 buffed and nearly naked men. They wear only chef hats, kerchiefs around their neck, and short red aprons named. Oh, it's got all their names. In her Southern California kitchen to prepare capelli d'angelo, Checa, scallops in Maui, blah, blah, blah. The usual sexual innuendos you would expect to hear when men walk around with their butts hanging out are made. Comments about baskets, sweet cheeks, virgin, olive oil, double exposure. Although one would have thought that at least one of these assorted sillies would have made a pun on buns. What is even more surprising is that the recipes appear to be good ones, and you could pick up a cooking point or two if you're so inclined. How to scald and peel a tomato, how to roll out pastry dough. Edmund is quite good at this task, and how to avoid breaking dry pasta, for instance.
Oh, I'm not gonna dox him, but his name is definitely mentioned as one of the actors in the.
Oh, perfect! It's the
movie.
Right one. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I thought because of that he would be a good dad for us to rate.
I want to pick up Beefcake in the Kitchen. Hey, Rue, why don't you cover this one on your show?
Oh my God, Rue, please do that. He asked for ideas, suggestions for movies to review. So
Beefcake in the Kitchen, get it, do it.
Yeah, that would be a great one. I would definitely watch that 100% and tell everyone we know to watch that as well.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Oh God. Awesome. So there we go, Ashley. That's our reviews of your mom and dad.
That's a great segue though. Something I was going to talk about.
Sure, what you got, man?
I can't believe I hadn't brought this up sooner, but it's something that people on my stream have been asking for a long time, and I'm finally doing it this Sunday. So this episode will come out after it happens, so this isn't me plugging it, but I figured I'd mention it for anyone who's interested. Something beloved, something that people have been asking for a long time, and I haven't done in a long time, but like a phoenix, it shall rise from the ashes in a new form. Captain's Kitchen Live will be starting this week.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. You said you're doing that.
Yeah.
You're doing that Sunday?
Yes, sir.
Oh, awesome. What, well, you can tell me what time later, because it won't matter if you say what time it is, because it'll already be done. But, cool. So you're going to do it live. Are you going to then put up the entire video on YouTube?
The VOD will be available. I'm not gonna cut it down like I would in the past.
Okay, right on. Is this going to be a regular thing for you now?
I'm not sure how regular. Right now I'm thinking like maybe once a month like pretty much the same frequency I used to do the videos.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So like the lore behind Captain's Kitchen Live is that like everybody on my stream wanted me to do a live version of Captain's Kitchen, and I kept telling them, it's not an impossibility, but it's something I couldn't do well because, with how my setup works right now, I can only do one camera input. So I would only be able to do like a wide shot. And for me personally, I wouldn't want to do a cooking show where I can't like show what I'm doing a little closer whenever I can. And if I'm like working at the stove, my back would just be to the camera. Like it wouldn't be ideal at all.
Yeah.
And so, I told them in order for me to do Captain's Kitchen Live, I would need to buy a switcher.
Right.
And a switcher is a device used in broadcast media that like allows you to put through multiple camera inputs, and then you can there's just buttons on a board that you can switch in between them. And so I would, use a switcher to run into OBS and do all the switching at like in my kitchen.
Yeah.
And so I haven't ever done it because I didn't have a switcher, and switchers are really expensive. But I got a bonus at work near the beginning of the year. And originally I was going to put that right back into my savings because, my savings are a bit wiped out after the move. But I decided,
right,
that my people have earned it. So
nice.
I bought a switcher and all of the necessary equipment I need to run all my cameras and stuff. And yesterday, 2 days ago on Sunday, I tested out the setup by doing a model building live stream from my dining table. And everything works well. So I'm going to do Captain's Kitchen Live this Sunday.
Nice. Hell yeah, bro. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I'm really excited for it. I think I want to do like more with my live streams this year, more interesting stuff, and that's kind of like the start of it. Like, getting a switcher so I can do more interesting live streams. Captain's Kitchen is one of them, but also like I can make model building my live stream more interesting. I can make card opening streams more interesting. When it gets closer to like Halloween, I can do like a pumpkin carving stream or some shit. Like I can do all kinds of weird shit with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Well, congrats on the switcher and congrats on your bonus that you got. That's awesome.
Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty cool. Pretty excited to do that.
Nice. What are you going to make?
So I'm gonna be doing. They wanted me to. They wanted me to do a dessert. They wanted me to bake a cake, but I kept telling them I can't bake a cake because a cake needs to sit in the oven for a couple hours. I can't just be like sitting there fucking jerking off on stream for a couple hours while the cake bakes. So I came up with another baked good instead. I'm gonna do, or not really baked, but just another dessert thing instead. I'm doing mochi ice cream from scratch. So I went and bought like the sweet rice flour and all that. And then I'm also going to do a honey garlic glazed pork tenderloin.
Oh, nice. That sounds awesome, man.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be fun.
Speaking of jerking off in the kitchen, now that the idea's been planted into your head, you could do this beefcake in the kitchen style.
Would it just be Twink in the kitchen?
Twink by the sink.
Oh God!
You just do it in your maid dress.
Oh my God! I joked about doing that. I joked about it, and then I was like, oh fuck! Now that I've put that idea out there, someone's gonna want me to do it.
Yeah, they're gonna keep bugging you until you actually end up doing it.
Yeah, it'll happen eventually, I'm sure.
And please, when you do it, will you please call that episode Twink by the sink?
Maybe. We'll see.
Oh, God, that's so fucking funny, dude. I'm so glad. Oh, awesome. Well, I am definitely looking forward to that. I always like your Captain's Kitchen. I mean, recently, well, not super, like the last, I don't know, year or 2 years maybe or whatever. I've been trying to watch all your videos when you come out with them. But even like prior to that, I would make sure I watched all of your Captain's Kitchen, because that is more of a common interest that we have than than most of the other things that you do. So, yeah, I'm glad those are coming back.
Yeah, I think doing it in a live format is going to be especially fun. It's going to be really good.
Damn, the only part that's disappointing is that we couldn't do one of those together. That would have been a good time.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but
it happens. But no, good for you. That's pretty cool.
Thanks.
So this is weird. I tend to keep an eye on how many listens we get in a week. And I mostly look the day that our new episodes come out. And for a frame of reference, not including like our YouTube views, because that's like a separate stat for those of you who aren't aware that gets tracked differently. But all of our ones through like podcast platforms, like I would say the last like maybe 2 months or so, we've been averaging maybe like 30 to 40 listens a week. And yesterday it was like, I don't know, probably, like 6 or 7 o'clock my time. And I looked and I think we were around like 30. And I was like, okay, this is a pretty standard week. Because it cuts off sometime on Wednesday evening, I believe. But I happened to look again at the end of the night, and we were up like over 70 listens for the week, and now we're at like almost 80, I think. So I don't know where those all came from, but they all came in a very short period of time.
Well, good for us.
Yeah, and for frame of reference, that's like the most listens that we've had in a week since like, I think April. So that's been a long time. So I don't know where it came from, but thank you all of you who listened this week, and keep listening because we like it.
And we want your money.
Even though we're not making any money. But maybe one day.
Yeah, not with that attitude.
Well, right, but we're not actually making money right now.
Not with that attitude, we're not.
That is true. Have you had anything interesting happen at work this last week?
Do I ever have anything interesting happen at work?
Well, I mean, maybe not interesting, but like, like a customer encounter, like maybe you had a Karen that you had to deal with. That kind of shit happens all the time.
I don't talk to customers.
Okay, maybe your coworker tried to kill you in the walk-in. I don't know. Maybe something interesting happened. Well,
that's just normal.
Yeah, but you don't work with her anymore.
Oh, that was a reference. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that was a specific reference.
No, nothing of particular interest has happened in the past 3 months of my work.
Okay, I gotcha. Because I had something interesting happen last week.
Oh, so you were just baiting out your own story.
Well, I was, but I wanted to hear if you had something interesting. Of course I'd want to hear it.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. Tell your story.
Okay. So we've talked a lot about, those Karen customers and the ones who ask me questions when I'm not really there to answer their questions for them. But I had this lady come up to me, and she was very, very nice. And it ended up making for a pretty humorous story. So I was near where you used to live. There was a Target and a Meijer pretty close to each other. I think we may have even talked about that before, because like you got to be careful driving through the parking lot because you don't want to drive in the front and have pedestrians get in your way because pedestrians suck.
We definitely talked about that.
So I'm in Target and this lady comes up to me and she says, do they sell port here? And first of all, I was super happy because she said they and not you, because it was apparently clear enough to her that I didn't work there. And I was like, you know what? She's very nice. She asked me in a very nice way. I'm going to take a look for her. I didn't think they did, but I gave a quick glance and I was like, no, they don't have it here. And she's like, okay, cool, thanks. And she like pushed her cart away with her like 2 kids in the cart who were well behaved and not little demon children. So already that was a decent interaction. Well, because the Target and the Meijer are both my accounts, as soon as I left Target, I had to go over to Meijer. And I'm in there, and this is maybe like a half hour later. And I see the same lady come up to me, and she goes, do you know, do they sell port here? And I just start laughing, like a decent little chuckle. And she's like, oh, did someone just ask you that? And I go,
she didn't recognize you?
No. And I go, yeah, you did at Target. And she was like, oh my gosh, that was you? She's like, I'm sorry. She's like, I promise I'm not stalking you. And I was like, it's totally cool. Here, let me show you where the port is. I know they have it at Meijer. So I thought that was kind of awesome. Like, just that she didn't recognize me.
Yeah, that's pretty hilarious. The real question is, why didn't you tell her that it was going to be at the Meijer next door, you asshole?
Well, I don't know. She had kids with her. I didn't know if she wanted to pack them up and make another stop. I didn't know how badly she needed this port.
You could like, okay. In a scenario where she desperately needs this port and doesn't think to check Meijer, do you think she's going to be more upset that you did tell her or that you did not tell her, and then she could have made a decision on her own whether or not to go to Meijer?
Probably more upset that I didn't, but...
Exactly. Asshole.
Oh, come on. Get over it, piss baby.
Hey, that's my word.
Oh, I think I just used it. Oh, man. You know, it disappoints me since I don't come over to your place to record this anymore. Before we start, I have to piss in my own sink.
You could their toilets exist for a reason.
Yeah, but pre-podcast is draining your balls in the sink. That's just how it works.
I'm not participating in that. I do use the toilet.
Oh, well. Suit yourself.
I very much will.
Okay, fine. It's fine. Just let it happen.
I'll handle it.
Yeah. You know, I'm not looking at it right now, but we got a question from somebody on one of our videos.
It was Scorpion. Yeah, Scorpion left a comment as a question. Why didn't you put it in the podcast question thing on the Discord that I made specifically for you, Scorpion?
Yeah, right?
You fucking jackass.
Jackass.
I thought I screenshotted it. It looks like I didn't. Hang on, I'll look it up.
I got it.
No, I got it.
Okay, fine. You got it.
If you had an infinite amount of money, infinite amount of time and resources, what skill would you learn? Why? I feel like we already answered this question at some point a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't know if we've covered this specifically. We've covered what superpowers we've had, and we kind of talked about like mastering skills when we talked about like video games and whether they are or are not sports. But I don't think we've actually covered this specifically.
I feel I kind of sworn we talked about this at some point. Maybe I'm crazy.
Do you have an answer? I kind of have one, I guess.
I think I would just become an artist. I've always wanted to be like a great artist, but it's one of those things that I don't really have time to actually dedicate to with everything else that I do. So
I gotcha.
I mean, I guess I could also say that I would just continue to make great videos, but I'm gonna do that either way. So, you know, I'm imagining a scenario where this is like the increased time and resources allows me to do both.
Yeah. Yeah, that would probably make sense. I mean, I'm already, granted, I'm going to pat myself in the back, but I'm already a pretty decent cook. But I think I would want to like really be like a freaking master home chef. I think that'd be pretty cool.
That would be good. Yeah, I think I'd become a card counter and then just go scamming casinos.
Oh hell yeah, bro!
I used to like scam one of my friends using like pretty much card counting.
Really?
Yeah. Oh man, I haven't thought about this in a while. My friend Matt, he was one of my best friends when I was younger. Him and I did Boy Scouts together, and every time we went camping, we would tent up together. This is when you wrap up for at the end of a weekend, you know, there's like 30 tents that belong to the troop, but one of the kids who slept in the tent has to take the tent home and then like air it out and like make sure it's nice and dry before it gets like folded up or returned to the troop to make sure that there's no like mildew problems. And it's kind of a pain in the ass, and I never wanted to do it. So my friend Matt and I kind of agreed that every time we would go camping together, we would play a card game called BS. And
okay, yeah,
whoever won the game had to take whoever lost the game actually had to take the tent home and you know, do the drying out thing. But you know, the thing about playing like so for anyone who doesn't know how the rules of BS works, it's like you deal out the entire deck of cards between the players, and you go one by one. Whoever had the ace of spades, I believe, starts, and you go in a circle and you lay down like the ace, then you do 1, 2, 3, 4, back and forth. Even if you don't have the next card, you're supposed to put a card down. And if the players, if whoever you're against doesn't think you have the card that you laid down, they can call BS.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
If they are right that you did not have that card, they have to pick up every card that's in the pile. And if they were wrong, if they were right that you didn't have that card, you have to pick up every card in the pile. And if they're wrong that you did have the card, if they're wrong that you didn't have the card, they have to pick up the entire pile. And so whoever wins is the one that gets rid of all of their cards first. And so when you're playing that game with only 2 players, it's extremely easy to just card count and know exactly what the other player has, because you have half the deck and they have the other half.
Right. Like if you've got like 4 queens and they're like, yeah, I've got a queen. You're like, well, fuck, no, you don't. I've got them all.
Exactly. So somehow, I don't know, like, I'm surprised, like, he never, like, I don't know, also learned how to do this, but every time we'd go camping together, he would end up taking home the 10 because I would just card count and win the game.
Oh,
it was like really shitty. Like I knew I was gonna win every time because somehow he just never started doing it himself.
Huh. Interesting. Wow.
Man, that's good shit. I mean, it was kind of a dick move, obviously, but I mean, we had an agreement. Whoever won, you know, didn't have to take the 10 home, and he kept losing. I wasn't cheating. I was just better at the game.
Right. You're just more skilled. Oh God, that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Do you well, I know you do, because we've kind of talked about this a little bit, but man, isn't fucking with bots a great time?
Oh, it is for sure. Oh, damn, I totally forgot. I had a situation.
Okay, go ahead and tell yours, and when you're done, I'll share my story, because mine is like still kind of unraveling. It started just before we started recording, so
sick.
Yeah, so go ahead and tell yours, and maybe I'll have some new information by the time you're done.
Okay, so I got a text from a number that I didn't recognize and said, "Hey, I was thinking about you earlier this morning and thought we should catch up. I'll send a pic. I've changed a lot since last time." And it was just like a really low resolution picture of somebody that they clearly like stole off of Facebook or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I said, what's my name? I just went straight forward. I was like, I'm calling you out. What is my name?
Okay.
And so they responded, I'm so sorry. I have no clue how I could have sent this to the wrong person. Would you care to hang a bit? And so immediately it's like, this is clearly a bot because they didn't even like try. They just gave up immediately.
Yeah.
And said they sent it to the wrong person. They expected someone to text back like, I think you have the wrong number. And then they're like, do you want to hang out a bit? And it's like, all right. So some random person who sent a text to the wrong number is going to suddenly decide that they want to hang out with this complete fucking stranger. Sure, that makes a lot of sense. And so I reply, only if you want to play Super Mario Strikers for the GameCube. That's my shit.
Nice.
And then they responded, I was hoping to have a little fun later. Maybe you want the same. What are you up to today? So again, completely just did not recognize what I said at all.
Yeah.
And so I said playing Super Mario Strikers for the GameCube. I played for approximately 18 hours a day.
Nice.
So they said, could I have a couple pics? I took a couple spicy ones after a workout and soothing shower. What do you think of these? And then they sent just an actual nude picture of somebody. I don't know who it is.
Is it at least the same person that they sent you a picture of previously?
It's hard to tell. It definitely could be, but it also could not be. I really am not certain.
That's a classic bot move right there.
Yeah. And so I just responded, you.
God, bots are so fucking great.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate because I would have loved to see like what responses they came up with for this shit, but it's just they clearly have a script they're following. And so the next thing is I wanted to get something enjoyable for dinner, maybe watch something a little pleasurable tonight. Want to join? And I said, bitch, can you read? I told you, if you want this dick, you're gonna have to put up in Super Mario Strikers for the GameCube. After that, they respond, I was picturing we could lay up, play a movie, and my hands just might slip down into your pants. Does that sound intriguing?
Oh my God.
I said, no, slip your hands onto a fucking GameCube controller, dumb cunt. And this is an interesting response because this response assumes that whoever they're talking to said they were unavailable or uncomfortable. And it said, it sucks that you cannot be here. I will send another pic to help guide your choice. What does that make you feel? And so they sent another picture. This one was definitely the same girl as the first nude.
Okay. Huh.
And I said, it makes me feel like you've got no boundaries. I don't even know your name, much less if you'll play Super Mario Strikers for the Nintendo GameCube with me.
Oh, God.
She goes, well, since you like, I have an even better idea. How about you describe to me what you would do to me if you were here, you're able to be here? And so I think we all know where this is going. I said, I'd bring my Nintendo GameCube over and make you play Super Mario Strikers for the Nintendo GameCube.
Oh my God. That's great.
And she really liked this. She really liked that. She said, this is making me so hot. And then this is where the bot's goal.
Okay.
This is where the bot's goal becomes clear. It says, have you ever used a live chat site?
Oh God, cam girls.
I said, who has time for live chat sites in between 18 hours straight of Super Mario Strikers for the Nintendo GameCube?
Oh fuck, that's great, man.
And the last message they sent is, the webcam is very safe and will help us get straight to business tonight. What is your username? And I said, my username is Super Mario Strikers for the Nintendo GameCube fan 69.
Nice. When did this happen?
It was like last week.
Okay, right on. Okay, so let me read you mine. Do you ever get bots on Snapchat? Because they have one tell, like, even more than most bots. From the very beginning, they do something in common every single time. Do you know what that is?
No, I'm sure I've gotten like friend requests from bots, but I never like accept friends that I don't recognize.
So if you do, if you don't recognize them, it's 99% of the time going to be a bot. But they save every message in chat. It'll be like, hey, how are you? And they like save their own message. So
they need it for their analytics, man.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I had to send a quick response. So I get like a message, or I get a request, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play around with this because my buddy Mike, he's been playing around with bots, and he's been doing like he's been sending the same picture, and it's just a Google image search of a basketball card from a basketball player named Alonzo Mourning. It's just like the image like of his basketball card, which is great. It's not even just like a photograph of him. He's like sending out basketball cards as what he's claiming his own photo to be. So
oh good, I like that.
So as soon as I got a bot, I was like, oh hell yeah, I gotta get on this. So they said hi, and I said, hi, do I know you? And she says, hello. Do you want me to be your sugar mama? I'm willing to support you.
Ooh, yes.
I'm willing to support you financially, and you will be getting some allowances of $500 twice weekly. No fees or bank info required. I say, oh, how did you find me? She goes, I was going through something on Snap when I came through your charming profile, which attracts me a lot. So I decided to add you up. First of all, I'm pretty sure my profile is blank. I don't even have any moat for.
Is there even anything that can like pop up on a Snapchat profile? Like you can do the Bitmoji, and I guess if you have a story going, but I don't know. That's odd.
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, well, like this is clearly a bot, even though it obviously was with the whole sugar mama thing. I'm like, well, this is 100% because I don't even have like a profile with anything. So I'm like, oh, cool. What do you look like? So she sent me a couple pictures, and at least the bot was smart enough to use like realistic photos. Like you said, kind of like, you know, like they probably pulled them off of somebody's Facebook somewhere.
Sure.
They're not like low res, and they're not nudes. So I was like, okay, I'll play along with this. So I said, you're really pretty. She goes, thanks. How old are you and where are you from?
Feels like that'd be the first question, not like the fourth.
Yeah. So I did say, I live in Michigan, but I used to live in Charlotte, which is playing into the whole basketball card joke. Because Alonzo Mourning played for the Charlotte Hornets, and it says that on his basketball card. I said, where do you live? And she goes, oh, I'm from Carolina, age 39. I'm a single mom of 2 sons. I just feel lonely sometimes. And I'm looking for the perfect sugar baby to spoil. We can start off with your allowance at $500 twice a week. And I will be getting your pretty pics from you each time. I don't want nudes. I know some are not comfortable. And don't send nudes because I don't feel comfortable. And there's some typos in her messages. So I got
that's to be expected.
Yeah, so I got to like read through this. She goes, I just want you to be honest and trustworthy with me. I go, I'm 37. Am I too old for you? And then I said, this is me, and sent her the picture of the basketball card. And she says, well, I'm going to be writing you a check for $500 twice a week for twice weekly allowance. Hope that's okay. Which one company do you bank with? Again, the typos.
So I'm confused already. Does she want to send you $1,000 a week just to like send her a picture of you every now and then?
I mean, apparently that's what she's asking for. So
not even a nude one. She doesn't even want your fucking dick in the shot.
No, she doesn't want that D.
She doesn't want that picture of you out in the field cradling your balls.
Right?
And with that kind of cash, you could get some real professional work done.
Hell yeah. For $1,000 a week? Sign me up, bro. So she asks what bank I use, but then says, and I'm not asking for your bank info. I respond with, can we make it $550? And then I said, am I cute enough for you? She responded with, what bank do you use? And I said, Bank of D's. And she hasn't responded yet.
Damn.
So we'll see. But apparently she took a picture of that at some point. So,
oh, you got like a screenshot?
Yeah. It told me she screenshotted that after I said Bank of D's.
I bet like whoever's running like the scam has a bunch of phones that just auto do this shit, and they just happen to look over and see the baseball card and be like, God damn it.
Either that or it's just triggered that when like the phrase like bank of comes up, they like
oh that makes sense. Yeah,
like that auto gets screenshotted so that they can capture that info. But yeah, so this has all been unfolding. It started at like 5:30, and yeah, a couple of the messages I sent while you were telling your story. So hopefully that keeps going, and I can get a D's nuts out of it.
Man, there's this great guy on YouTube. His name is Jim Browning. He's he kind of does like he'll intentionally like call or get calls from like Indian tech support scams.
Okay.
And like he has this like, I don't know how this shit works, because obviously like he doesn't make it known how it works, because people could use it in like really malicious ways, but he finds ways to essentially like reverse engineer the way they try to get control of his computer to get control of their computer, so he can like download their files and learn all about them and like push it along to the right authorities.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and he has this whole series of videos where like he managed to, through that, get access to like a major scam network's like office building and like be able to look at all of their security cameras to like find out how their entire operation works. And he just does these great videos where like he'll pretend to be like the clueless person getting scammed for a bit, and then he'll just like, because when all those tech scammers call, they always use like a fake name that sounds very like English, and he'll just call them by their actual names after a while, and it's really funny to see how they react to that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Highly recommend Jim Browning. He makes great videos.
Okay, I will definitely have to check that out. That is pretty friggin' cool. The radio station I listen to, the one host loves fucking with scam callers. And I know like a lot of radio stations will do like bits on that kind of thing, but this was like a big thing during like the heart of the pandemic, because they were only allowing one of the two hosts to be in studio at a time. The other one was broadcasting from home. And so like I'm pretty sure he has like a landline. And he'd be like, I got a call coming in. And like he wouldn't put it on the air. But you could hear like everything he was saying. And so he would just like fuck with them, and he'd do like different voices. And you know, the one time one of them was like, you know, if you don't pay your taxes, like you're going to be going to jail. Or maybe it was like a credit card or whatever it was. They were trying to get money out of him. And they were like, okay, like what's your like debit card number? And he's like, I feel better writing a check. What's your address? And like kept pressing for like an address where he could mail a check to. And then they just got pissed and hung up on him.
Nice. Good stuff. It's so fun to waste their time because they're such pieces of shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's like, it's one of those things where it's like you can't even like, when it comes to like, I don't know, telemarketers, it's like a lot of those people are just doing their job. But when it comes to like scam callers, those people are just actively shitty people, and they deserve to have their time wasted.
Yeah, exactly. Those people deserve to have their time wasted. telemarketers, if you tell them no and they keep pressing the issue, then they also deserve to have their time wasted. But as long as they're just like, hey, are you interested in this? And you say no and it ends there, then they're just doing their job. You know?
Shout out to the callers out there. Give us a call at I'm not giving you my phone number.
Yeah, I'm not giving you mine either. 1-888-D's nuts.
Got him.
Got him.
If any of our listeners want to like leave their phone number in the comments, we will pass it along to the scam callers if you'd like.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds really good.
Just a thought.
Yeah. You
be like a new segment. How did we get our viewers scammed today?
Yeah, like next time when someone actually leaves their phone number, I'll make sure to use that and pass it along to the next bot that I get.
There was this website for a while. It's been down for a long time, so I don't know if it's ever coming back, but it was called Rescam. And if you got like a scam email, you could then forward that email to a rescam email address, and it would just like start wasting the time of whoever like sent the scam email.
Oh, that's awesome.
With its own like automatic responses.
Oh, that's freaking great. God, there was something where someone was doing something like that. Like they were getting like some specific junk mail or whatever, and they were like taking like, I think they had like a whole like operation set up, but I want to say they were doing something where like, you know, you can write like return to sender on your email or on like snail mail, and the original sender has to like pay the return postage if it's like just metered postage. So they were getting people to like open up the envelopes, drop like 2 pennies in there, sealing it up and mailing it back to them because the additional weight was costing them like considerably more. And this company, they like racked up like $100K in postage in like a month or something like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it was like, you know, whatever, like instead of however much a stamp is, I don't know, 35 cents or whatever, you know, most people just throw it away and call it a day. But they were like sending it back to them and adding weight. So it was like they were having to pay like 50 cents for every one of these that came back to them. And they were just getting so many people to send all their stuff back that, yeah, they just ended up racking up like a huge bill with the post office.
Good. Got him. Get dunked on, fuckers.
Yeah. Oh. Maybe I should.
I wish there'd be a way to like let the post office know that someone doesn't live in an address anymore or something like that. Cause goddamn, at my current address, and this has happened at all my addresses, but it's been like really bad at my current address. I get so much mail from prior tenants that I have just stopped passing it along to the leasing office. Like it's like every day I get more mail from other people than I get from myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's tiring. It's like these guys are getting like bills from the local electric company sent to, you know, their old address. And it's like, you need to pay this eventually.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I know with my mailbox, they want like a little label in there with like my last name so they know what mail is, like who's actually living there. And I did that, except at some point, because I was having the same situation, I was getting so much mail from the last person who lived there, they added their last name to the label. And I was like, no, this person doesn't live here.
What the fuck? That's so shitty.
Yeah. Yeah. So then I had to like get a Sharpie and like cross it out. Fuck. Yeah.
Fuck that. Fuck them.
Fucking post office. I mean, it's more on the people who used to live there, but still.
Yeah, no, oh my God. Dude, when you move addresses, change your address. It's so obnoxious.
Yeah. Yeah, you just have to fill out like a change of address form, and that takes care of a lot of it. But yeah. I don't get how that works because so many things are like, most people pay their bills online and you have to like update your card info and stuff. So I don't know. You'd think that they would have to update that information automatically anyway.
You'd think so. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Joe Biden, these nuts.